keep doing this. I think it's beneath me. The truth was put out there. You hear my side and that person's side. And here we are having to address it yet again.
Jackie Christie and her daughter, Jackie Christie, have officially been sentenced after a long and dramatic legal battle. What started out as whispers and online gossip has now turned into serious prison time. This isn't just a small punishment. This is major. Jackie, who once ruled reality TV with her fiery personality, has now been exposed for something much darker. And her daughter Chantal wasn't just watching from the sidelines, she was deeply involved too. Both Jackie and Chantal were found guilty of multiple financial crimes that had been building behind the scenes for years. But how did things get this bad? How did someone who appeared to have everything, fame, wealth, and family, end up trading red carpet glam for courtroom hearings? How did a star of reality television go from wearing designer gowns to putting on a prison uniform? To understand how it all fell apart, we have to go back to the beginning.
I was doing nothing but telling the truth. I heard her say it, and I repeated it. I'm grown, and I do what I want. You know who I am. I'm Jackie Christie. That ain't gonna change.
Jackie Christie wasn't just another cast member on Basketball Wives. She was the star. From her very first episode on Vone, Jackie made sure all eyes were on her. Whether she was in the middle of an argument or throwing over the top parties, she always found a way to stay in the spotlight. Her brand was bold, flashy, and unpredictable, and viewers couldn't get enough. She had the confidence, the drama, and the kind of chaotic charm that reality TV feeds on. Alongside her was her husband, Jackie Christie, a retired NBA player. Together, they gave off the appearance of success and stability. Jackie leaned into that image hard. She presented herself as a savvy businesswoman, a strong mother, and a supporter of other women trying to make it in the world. Right beside her, through much of this, was her daughter, Jackie Christie. Jackie often called her a mini-me. Chantal seemed to be following in her mom's footsteps, showing interest in beauty, fashion, and business. She wasn't heavily involved in the show, but when she did appear, she gave Jackie's brand extra shine. She was young, stylish, and had the polished look of a modern influencer.
You're not on my level.
I'm a crack addict because I'm small and you try to get lipo 80 times to look like me. Okay, big ears.
You're right, but you better keep your ass in that seat, tramp. That's what you better do. You're right, Dumbo ears. Yeah, I got a lot of husbands about these ears, bitch. Get a husband. That 48-year-old been working, bitch. You
Let
right.
him retire.
From the outside, it looked like a perfect mother-daughter team. Chantal would post cute photos on social media. Jackie would talk about her daughter's new projects, and together they looked like a power duo on the rise. But everything wasn't as picture-perfect as it seemed. Fans started to notice little things that didn't quite add up. Jackie talked about making big investments and owning businesses, but there wasn't much actual proof. Chantal claimed to be launching different ventures, but none of them seemed to last. Still, the money kept flowing. People began to wonder, how were they affording this lifestyle? Reality TV money is decent, but Jackie wasn't starring in major films or running major companies. Yet she was flying in private jets, throwing extravagant events, and wearing top-dollar fashion. And it wasn't just Jackie. Chantal was living large too. She drove luxury cars, carried expensive bags, and took lavish vacations. But where was the income coming from? That's when things started to shift. Someone came forward, a whistleblower, with serious claims and even more serious evidence. This person didn't just have a story. They had records.
Disgusting. It's disgusting. It makes me sick.
She said a lot of things that actually hurt my feelings as a mom.
Financial documents, audio recordings, and papers that pointed to a long-running pattern of fraud involving both Jackie and Chantal. According to the documents, the two had been running a complicated scheme that involved fake businesses, stolen identities, and government relief money. Some of these so-called companies existed only on paper. They didn't have employees. They didn't pay taxes. But somehow, they were receiving large amounts of money. The government started paying attention. A quiet investigation began, but didn't stay quiet for long. IRS agents and federal investigators started tracking money tied to both Jackie and Chantal. Multiple bank accounts were flagged. The cash was being moved around in strange and suspicious ways.
All the slander going on with these ladies, I just wanted to take a step back and enjoy my time, focusing on what means the world to me, and that's my family.
What they found was shocking. Investigators discovered that both women had submitted fake loan applications, used forged paperwork, and created ghost employees. Some of the fraud was traced directly to Chantal. Other parts were clearly tied to Jackie. They were both listed on documents asking for financial relief due to fake business losses. And the amount of money involved was not small. It added up fast. As the evidence piled up, the investigation sped up. Search warrants were issued. Homes were raided. Phones and computers were taken. The flashy lifestyle they had shown the world began to fall apart fast. The government wasn't playing around. Prosecutors filed a long list of serious charges: tax evasion, wire fraud, money laundering, conspiracy to commit fraud. And those were just the basic ones. Once the investigators dug deeper, they found something that looked more like a full-blown operation than just a few bad decisions. They accused Jackie and Chantal of setting up fake charities that looked real on paper. These non-profit groups didn't actually help anyone. Instead, they were used to move stolen money around. Even worse, the prosecutors said Jackie used Christie's old businesses to hide the fraud. These businesses acted like shields, covering up illegal money transfers and fake expenses. Some of the company addresses led back to short-term rentals and boxes, places that made it harder to trace the money trail. But eventually, everything came to light. When the trial began, Jackie walked into the courtroom dressed in toned-down designer clothes, flanked by her legal team. Inside, the mood was tense. Prosecutors showed graphs, bank records, and emails between Jackie and Chantal. The evidence seemed to show that they knew exactly what they were doing. One of the most damaging moments came when the FBI played a recording. In the audio, Jackie was allegedly talking directly to Chantal, giving her advice on how to move money between fake accounts without getting caught. At one point, she told Chantal to keep the numbers small so the transfers wouldn't raise red flags. The courtroom fell completely silent. The voice was clearly Jackie's. It didn't sound confused or scared. It sounded confident, even strategic. Witnesses were called to the stand. Some said Jackie had asked them to sign documents they didn't understand. One person testified that Jackie promised them a payout for playing along. Another turned into a government witness and admitted Jackie had coached them on how to create fake employee records to qualify for payroll programs. Chantal eventually took the stand. That's when things got emotional. She broke down crying. She told the court that she only wanted to impress her mother. She said she didn't always understand what she was signing, but she trusted Jackie completely. Jackie, however, stayed stoic throughout most of the trial. She barely reacted as damning evidence was laid out piece by piece. Her calm expression cracked only once when the jury came back with a guilty verdict on all major counts. The judge didn't hold back. He called Jackie a manipulator who used her fame and family image to run a professional-level scam. She was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison. Chantal, who showed remorse and helped investigators later on, was given 12 years. They were taken out of the courtroom in silence, hands and feet cuffed, wearing beige jumpsuits. The only sound was that of the guards escorting them away. But the story didn't end there. The public had something to say too. As soon as news of the verdict broke, the internet exploded. Fans who had supported Jackie for years were shocked. One fan tweeted, "I loved her drama on Basketball Wives, but stealing money from people? That's just dirty." Another said, "She talked about loyalty all the time, but she was just playing a game." People dug up old clips of Jackie bragging about her lifestyle, but now those scenes looked different, less glamorous, and more like red flags. Victims also came forward. One small business owner said they donated thousands to one of Jackie's fake charities, hoping to help kids. That money vanished. An elderly couple claimed They gave over $50,000 after seeing Jackie talk about youth programs on TV. They never saw a penny again. I believed in her. I thought she was doing good work, one victim said. Turns out, we were just pawns in her game. Though Christie didn't face any charges. Prosecutors didn't tie him directly to the crimes, but the damage to his name was already done. His signature appeared on some of the questionable business documents. Sponsors pulled away. Sports media started asking hard questions. Sources close to the situation say Doe filed for legal separation just 4 days after Jackie was sentenced. Insiders say he had no idea how deep it all went. Meanwhile, VH1 began quietly pulling episodes of Basketball Wives that featured Jackie heavily. Reruns were paused. Brands cut ties. No official statement was made, but the silence spoke volumes. The woman who once brought big ratings was now considered too toxic to touch. The most powerful image came at the very end, Jackie and Chantal being led out of the courthouse in matching prison uniforms. No flashing cameras. No catchphrases. No cheers. Just silence as two women who once lived like royalty walked into a life behind bars. From reality, TV fame to a federal prison cell, Jackie Christie's fall from grace is a harsh reminder that image can be deceiving and greed can destroy everything. What started as a story of ambition and fame turned into one of fraud and betrayal. Now, the Christie name, once linked to television success, is a warning of what can happen when lies, power, and pride go too far. What do you think was justice served? Did this outcome shock you? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more shocking stories coming your way.